2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the San Antonio Spurs.
The Bulls play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it live for you right here from Chicago. Kevin Harlan here along with analyst Greg Anthony and with pregame routines coming.
Well, Kevin, Kawhi Leonard has been
and they need him to be that way, D.A. Thank you, especially after Tim Duncan's retirement and Manu and TP getting older. This is Kawhi's team now, for sure. And as the NBA season gets going, some teams look good on paper, but it doesn't always add up. And as a player, Steve, how do you know that your team has a shot to be special? What are the signs that tell you that?
I think training camp, I think the focus, I think you can just feel that chemistry. And a lot of times you've been on teams where you say, it looks good on paper, but it's not going to work well because skill-wise, general managers think it's going to work. But I think personality, sometimes they just clash.
And you can't have winning teams, they have a little bit of tension, but overall they're on the same page.
You got to be on the same page to win it all.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for San Antonio, Parker and Green are the guard set. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Leonard in at small forward.
The 7'5" wingspan, that's what makes Aldridge so difficult to stop inside.
Grant the pass to Mirotic. Lopez, a screen on Green. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Leonard, no luck.
Ooh, that's the one when you watch the film back, he's going to cringe. He couldn't ask for a better opportunity.
Here's Wade. Second shot opportunity, and he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
Mirotic is a hustler out there. He takes pride in staying active on the glass.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And at the line last year, he was good on about 77% of his attempts.
Outside Aldridge. Parker kicks to Leonard. Spurs working the ball around now. Parker outside. Pass to Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
The veteran eyes see all. Frenchie with the tremendous look to make that play happen.
Grant against Parker. Fires the 3, and it's sent back by Aldridge. And he's able to get it back. Knocked away. And a fast break now for the Spurs. And finished off by Gasol.
See, what I like about this play, how Gasol makes a big effort to get up court. Then he gets rewarded for the effort.
Hey, Steve, when Mirotic came over to the NBA, he had an immediate impact and showed a lot of promise to grow. Unfortunately, he has been stagnant since his strong rookie season. Any idea why?
Mirotic is just a bit of what you see, what you get kind of player. Not terribly consistent game to game or shot to shot. Can stretch the floor, but doesn't give you much else.
On defense, the Spurs. Leonard brings the double team. Valentine wide open. He fires. And the Bulls with another miss. For San Antonio, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. And it's Leonard missing.
That's one of his shots in his arsenal, but it was terrific rim protection.
Here's Wade. And too long on the shot.
One could argue that's a good shot, but maybe not the right shooter to take it.
And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
You see the power right there from Kawhi. Absorbs contact and able to convert right through it. Kawhi Leonard, a stifling defensive presence, both individually and in help situation. He's a difference maker.
Bobby Portis is checked in for the Bulls. Dean comes in for Jaren Grant. Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs. Mills comes in for Parker. And Kawhi Leonard, nicknamed the Claw for his enormous hands. He uses them to pile up steals.
You know what's crazy, Kevin? He has worked hard to improve the strength in his hands, too. Catching and throwing medicine balls. Ball handlers beware. You show him the ball, and it's gone.
Spurs leading by 3. Ball stolen. Here's Wade. That's good from 17 feet away.
And you know Wade is able to hit the brakes and pull up on a dime.
Here's Leonard, and he gets it to go. Leonard's got his third basket of the night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Lopez, a screen on Green to the left side wing. Valentine, no good from outside.
Not a big threat from out there. You see why the defense backed off a little.
And finished off by Gay.
I like how he absorbed contact. Rudy Gay with the body control to finish through it.
Bulls trailed by 5. Stolen by Gay. For the finish.
And Gay has incredible lift on these dunks. Tremendous at slamming it in when given room to fly.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. That's tipped. Here's Levine. Got a hand on it. Gay right side. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
Smooth and athletic. Gay digging to the rim, finishing strong.
There's 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Wade against Green, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
Yeah, so many of these can go either way. Very difficult for the screener to stay 100% motionless.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Markkanen, he's checked in for Lopez. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Denzel Valentine. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Now here's Mills. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And he can extend the lead to double digits.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Hey, it's not what he's known for, but every so often, Wade does pull up from deep.
And so it's San Antonio with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lived.
I always try to improve and get better.
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows Pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence. And that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk for him. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
I mean, really good with their post presence, and it's really allowed them to establish a physical tone here in the first.
Well, you know, in this era, everybody likes the three-point shot. I like their commitment to pounding the ball inside.
D-Wade out there with Portis. Then there's Markkanen. Then it's Zach Levine, and it's Holiday in at the two-guard spot. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs have never been the flashy team in the NBA. Tony Parker said beautiful basketball is playing the right way. Ball movement, pure, beautiful basketball is the way we've played. You have all sorts of fans, and there should be something for everybody. Kevin, he told me a long time ago, if we were in New York, people would love us.
And during Popovich's time in San Antonio, the Spurs have always played together, D.A. Got to respect their team-first approach to the game. Now, Smitty, be honest. When you're watching these games on TV or in person, how much do you miss playing the game?
You know I do, Kevin. I've always had that in my bones. But I think as of now, the last 2 or 3 years, as a guy that can shoot the ball a little bit, I wonder and dream and pray if I could have got a chance to shoot 15, 18 threes. So I love it, but I know my time is over, but I would love to shoot that many threes.
Here's Anderson. He can't get that one, and Chicago will go the other way with the ball. On this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
Interconference showdown. You love to see clubs that don't play each other often go head-to-head.
I like it. East versus West. This is a very intriguing matchup.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
You know, I love the effort just to get a hand in there. He is disrupting the offensive flow.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Mirotic comes in for Bobby Portis, and it's Grant in for Dwayne Wade. The Spurs also changing it up. Saul comes in for Laverne, and Tony Parker is subbed in for Manu Ginobili. Bulls trail by 6. Levine inside the three-point line. The quick look, no good that time.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
And when you watch Rudy Gay out there on the court, you see just why he's always been a solid scorer in our league. I mean, any situation, any type of offense, he can find a way to get points, and really one of the more underrated players we have in our league.
Rudy Gay has been in the league for over a decade now, a valuable wingman with incredible length.
Chicago making a switch here. Valentine's checked in. San Antonio also making some changes. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Anderson, and it's Green in for DeJounte Murray. Shoots off the screen. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Holiday. And with Rudy Gay, scoring Greg has never been a problem for him, has pretty much had the same level of production his entire career.
Yeah, and if you say that about some players, it's considered an insult, but it's a good thing for Gay. He usually will shoot in the mid-40s for this field goal percentage and solid at that small forward position. Also, a great ISO game.
Out to the right wing. Valentine dishes to Markkanen, and the foul called on Pau Gasol. That is his first foul of the game. Lopez, he's checked in for Justin Holiday. Spurs also with the sub. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Rudy Gay. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Bulls.
And they've been avoiding those deep threes. They're capable of knocking those shots down from long range, but so far they've really been reluctant to let it fly from that free throw line extended three-point shot.
Let Aldridge get to the rim. You know you're in trouble.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. For the Spurs, such a remarkable run of success. In your mind, Smitty, what's been their secret?
Well, they develop extremely well, but once every decade or so, they draft a franchise player. In 1987, the Admiral. In 1997, the Big Fundamental. And in 2011, the Claw, Kawhi Leonard. And after that, as Pop would say it, don't mess it up.
And yes, it's good. And now it's a 12-point Spurs lead.
And you see the long strides. Tough to stay with Aldridge once he gets going.
Grant kicks to Markkanen. And Aldridge comes over to help. And stolen by Aldridge. Leonard the pass to Mills. And it's sent back by Lopez.
And that is the length of Robin Lopez on display.
Here's Mills. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Mills has got his first points of the game.
You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them. Second foul. You don't want to pick up his third in this half. We'll see if they'll make a substitution or not.
Chicago shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Leonard. Great showing for him last season. Averaged about 25 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
You know what? Everything is coming so easy for him right now, operating on the highest level.
Mirotic the screen. That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Grant.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Mills dishes to Leonard. The Spurs working the ball around now. Aldridge misses.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Just 4 seconds left in the first half.
With authority, Pau Gasol turns up the aggressiveness. Always a good sign for this team.
And that one is off. And so that's the end of the first half. Spurs lead by 9. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from...
Kevin, thanks so much.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime
Hello, folks.
Show.
Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They have a 9-point lead. Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed.
And that wraps up halftime as the game.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago. A time-lapse. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard, the two stars at the forward spots. Parker and Green are the guard set. And it's Gasol in at the 5 down low.
Just a great playmaking sequence by Parker there, coming away with the assist. And LaMarcus Aldridge really possesses tremendous shooting touch when you consider this guy's basically a 7-footer, and he's increasing that range. Last season, up over 40% from 3.
I'll tell you what, LaMarcus is rolling. Hard man to stop once he gets going.
Bulls trail by 11. Lopez a screen. The dish to Valentine. There's the pass to Lopez. And the shot goes in. Lopez has got his first points of the night. And Aldridge doesn't shoot a ton of threes, yet he still earns his keep in that mid-range.
Yeah, on that left block, back to the basket. And with his size, that turnaround, Jay, is just about unstoppable.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, the Spurs' Greg Popovich talked about developing players. He said, our method is usually tough love. I don't think coddling works, and beating them to death mentally doesn't work either. You give them a clear picture of what's demanded, show care, understand what makes them tick. If that doesn't get through, you get rid of them. Kevin?
And the military background of Popovich plays a part in this way of thinking, David. It's why the Spurs have been so successful for so many years. Green kicks to Parker, and Leonard has it in the corner. And Steve, Kawhi Leonard, one of just 3 players to increase his scoring average in each of the past 5 seasons.
I mean, you look at what he's done. He's become an elite scorer, the 3rd longest streak of double-digit scoring games in franchise history, surpassing Timmy D. That's the consistency that you expect from a franchise player.
Manu Ginobili's checked in for the Spurs. Murray comes in for Parker.
You know, nothing against George Hill, but trading him for Kawhi Leonard on draft day 2011, franchise-changing move.
Chicago calls timeout. Steve, as a player, do analytics give you a path to say, you know, I should change and lean more toward this, or I should stop doing that because I'm better at this? Does that ever enter a player's mind, you think?
Hey, Kevin, I think guys should look at these numbers. When you're saying from this spot you're shooting 20%, stop shooting from that spot. If from this shot you're shooting 80%, you might want to get to that spot. So, and I think that in those cases, yes, analytics work. And when you're shooting a 3 and you're shooting about 30%, you need to step in.
Rudy Gay's checked in for Kawhi Leonard.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Wade. A very nice season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 18 points a game, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
That's tipped. Holiday with it. Picked up by Ginobili. LaVine, good.
Tough to challenge LaVine out there. Big lift on his shot, and you must close out quicker on him.
And Laverne kicks to Gay. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there. LaVine with it. He's got 5. Ball's knocked loose. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Lobs it up for LaVine, and stolen by Murray. Here's Gay, and the jam by Rudy Gay.
Gay is a high-activity player, someone who is constantly moving his hands, being rewarded for his efforts. Well, one reason this Bulls team had such a tough time getting easy wins last year, it was their shooting. Second lowest made threes in the league. Just didn't have the personnel to make it happen.
Lopez rebounds San Antonio. Laverne's got 3 rebounds now in this one. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Outside, LaVine. Laverne with the steal. Manu Ginobili on the way. Rebound by the Bulls. And for the Bulls and their poor shooting, had to trade some shooters mid-season as well. In fact, Smitty ended with the lowest effective field goal percentage in the NBA.
Not having shooters, that will do that to you. Overall, had a bottom 10 rated offense. For the offense they want to run, they are going to need better threats outside.
Markkanen, he's checked in for Chicago. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for DeJounte Murray. Here's LaVine, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Good recognition by LaVine. Has the defender where he wants him, doesn't let him off the hook.
And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Chicago making some changes. Mirotic is checked in for Wade. And it's Jaren Grant in for Justin Holiday. 1:10 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Grant kicks to Mirotic. LaVine with it. Gay picks him up defensively. And LaVine, here we go. Mirotic has a wide open look. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Gay kicks to Mills. Some solid defense from Grant.
You know, with that much room, you don't lay it up. You throw it down like you've been disrespected.
Dishes it to Mirotic. And the 3-ball is good. Mirotic has got 9 points.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, forcing defenders to come out and guard them, which could open up driving lanes if they want to take advantage of that.
Ginobili with the steal. Now Gay pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Finished off the break. Gay's got 4 points this quarter.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Ginobili against LaVine. Shoots off the step back. Good work there as it goes. LaVine's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the 3rd quarter. Both teams putting up points. Spurs out in front, leading by 4. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
The only difference is competitiveness. Stick with
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Bulls trail by 4. They've got Zach LaVine, Valentine out there at Mirotic. Then there's Markkanen, and it's Grant in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Chicago with the ball. Shoots. That's short off the rim. And here's Leonard. Outside Aldridge. Parker passes to Gasol. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 3 rebounds now in this one. And the jam by LaVine.
Right there, the burst of Zach LaVine. Once he gets a step on you, it's hard to catch up.
Aldridge dishes to Gasol. Markkanen pulls it in.
He is really forcing things now. Doesn't have to do it because his teammates are picking up the slack.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Bulls making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. And he drops it in from the low post. And the Spurs lead by 4.
Sneaking inside, converting the high percentage look. Something Parker does well.
Lopez a screen. LaVine kicks to Grant. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. They get Pau Gasol. And he knocks down the first one.
When you think back to just a few years ago when the Bulls were winning the East, that team, core of Rose, Noah, and Dame, had some tough luck not to make it to the finals with that group. And this is what we've come to expect from him. This type of consistency from the line.
Here's Valentine. Here's Lopez. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
What I love is he takes the right angle, affects the shot without fouling.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Mirotic passes to Lopez. Here's Valentine, rejected by Gasol.
And for his career among active players, Pau Gasol top 3 in block shots.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
And with those Rose-led Bulls teams from a few seasons back, it all went south so fast, but those teams were very tough to beat.
It just shows you how much can change in the NBA in a short span. Bulls are working hard to try to get back to that level. It hasn't been an easy road.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker. Wade, he's checked in for LaVine. Kicks it to Valentine. Bulls moving the ball around. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And here we go. Here's Leonard. Rebound by the Bulls.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Here's Parker. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And the Spurs lead by 10.
Just like old times, Frenchie putting the ball on the deck, getting his drive on.
Chicago calls timeout. They're down by 10. 1:58 left in the game. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, LaMarcus Aldridge.
And I would point to his shooting percentage as the key reason he's our pick. And that sounds simple, but he hadn't tried to do too much. He hasn't tried to force his shots, just kind of waited and worked to get good looks. And in the end, he's found plenty of them.
On the road, in a tough atmosphere, he's taken on the role of star tonight. If one of their other players came up short, he picked up the slack to make sure they'll be walking out of here with a win. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Fred Hoiberg was talking with his team during the break. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively. He said, make the easy play. Take care of the ball. We can't afford to just give away golden opportunities. We'll see if they can clean it up, guys.
Here's Valentine. And again, unable to change momentum here. Here's Leonard. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. Leonard's got the lead up to 14 now for the Spurs. Grant against Parker. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his fourth foul of the contest. You know, Smitty, as the game grows internationally, we've seen a contrast drawn between the academies, for instance, in Europe and Australia, and the youth basketball organizations in this country. Do you think we're doing it the right way? Should there be change, more policing of just how things are run at a very young level?
I think more policing, Kevin. I think also coaches being better equipped to be able to be around young kids. I think also how many games these kids are playing. I think obviously you want them to have games, but when they're playing 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend, I just think that's too much.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Spurs.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Aldridge.
You know, as the game tonight evolved, he really put the team on his back. He was aggressive, effective, and the defense, they weren't able to adjust.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call. Chicago the foul.
And you watch Danny Green work. Smart guy, a grinder. That time, he draws the foul.
That's good from Green. No good on the second free throw.
And though he's a physical, tough-minded individual, Danny Green's averaged less than 1 free throw attempt per game over his career. That's surprising.
Payne's shot is good. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
And the technical free throw is good. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Ginobili. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Free throw good, Ginobili. Both free throws good from Ginobili. Here's Payne. And so it's San Antonio, easily taking this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest.
What you can do is check your distribution.